Hello, everyone, and welcome to Stoneblock, Episode 2. And we are doing. we're going to have to do a little bit of a voiceover for this, so I apologize for that. It's been a while since I've done a voiceover, but I accidentally deleted my audio. So, anyway, what we've been up to off camera is we went ahead and got all of the emerald armor and tools. So I've got the full set of tools in my inventory, as you can see. We have made all the emerald armor. We've got every single piece. They're pretty decent with protection unbreaking 5. We've got the shovel, we've got the axe, we've got the pickaxe, and we have the sword. Now, as I was saying, we have done a lot of sifting. We've got an assortment of different items, some cactus. We got a bunch of cobweb, which is a little bit of a pain. I don't know if we can use those for anything, but we will see in the future. So if we take a look in the quest book, the first quest of gathering 64 logs is still a quest in progress. We will have to grow some trees and get plenty of wood, but we'll do that as we are working around the base. So we'll grab some saplings, we'll replant this tree, this way we can keep this going. And these leaves decay rather fast, so I'm curious to see if like the random tick speed has been bumped up just a touch or what. So we've done quest 2, make a stone hammer. Quest 1's a work in progress. Quest 3, dirt collection, we got that. The gravel collection is done. Quest 5, sand collection, we've got that done now. Ore galore, we did that in the last episode. Mob grinder is not started yet, and then we have the emerald armor. Craft a full set of emerald armor and tools. That is complete. So quest 1 and quest 7 are kind of where we're at the moment. And we got all the stuff from the decaying leaves. Perfect. Let's go back over in here to our tinker's table and sieving area. Now, someone pointed out in the last episode about the hammers. They told me, take a look at the hammers. The hammers will be really important. That's why we're back over here. And on screen now is the name of the person that gave me the comment about the hammers, and I forgot. We even went through it as I was editing the video. So here's the stone hammer. And if we go down just a little ways, right here we can see that it is a 1-for-1 deal. Stone hammer 1 cobblestone is 1 dirt and the stone hammer back. So that works for all items that need to be hammered. If we go down a little ways, where's it at? Here's the ender hammer. Can break 16 at a time. So this is kind of where we need to go with our hammering operation and sieving operation. The ender hammer will get us 16 at a time, and the ender iron is really easy to come by. And where was the other hammer? I know there's one more. Ender hammer. There it is. The meteorite hammer. It'll do 32 items at a time. So at some point we will need to be getting to the meteorite stuff, but it's going to require us getting to the nether and things like that. As you can see here, it's 2 meteorite ingots with 3 blaze rods. The ender hammer is 2 ender iron with 3 diamonds. Most of those things are pretty easy to come by. Now let's go down to the end, and we'll look at the meteorite ingot crafting recipe, which is right here. So we're going to need some magma blocks, 2 per recipe. We're going to need 4 magma creams. We're going to need a piece of blaze powder, an iron ingot, and then a fire charge, which is coal or charcoal, blaze powder, and gunpowder, I believe. So all of this is going to require us getting to the nether, and we're going to have to do a bunch of sifting for iron. The magma cream should be pretty easy to come by, as we are collecting slime balls at our base. This right here is going to be the ender iron with eyes of ender and an iron ingot. And getting the Eyes of Ender is simply an ender pearl with red dye and redstone. So we'll need 2 ender pearls, 2 recipes, some diamonds, and we can make the ender hammer fairly easy. Red dye shouldn't be too hard to get. We need the grass blocks, and then we can bone meal and hopefully get us a poppy. So, let's see, quest 9, I don't know what I'm doing right now. Voiceover, guys. So get 64 grass and kill 30 farm animals is something that we need to do, but that's not what we're going to be working on in today's episode. And ooh, we got a large tree here. Hopefully it's not a big, large tree. As I said, I've had a heck of a time recording. I deleted my last clip from this episode. As I was redoing the last clip and getting the audio for that, I accidentally deleted my audio files. I do everything on a phone and Xbox, and those files are gone. And I can't retrieve them. So what I want to do is a mob farm, and we're going to dig this 3 high, and we're going to go 25 blocks from the start right here. We're going to dig this out, and we are going to start building ourselves a little bit of a mop grinder so we can get that quest 7 going, and we'll get a little bit of cobblestone from it, and then we'll make some slabs and make the area completely dark. Alright, so we got an area dug out, as I was saying in the last clip. And as we're down there working, we're having a little bit of slime spawning in this corner here. Kind of mentioned in the last clip that we are collecting a little bit of slime balls as we go. It's going to be real nice for the meteorite ingots. We're collecting wood as we go. We're doing all kinds of things. So we got this dug out, and what I'm doing now is half slabbing this area up so we can make it completely dark. The other thing with the half slabs is we should be able to come into this area and not be attacked by things. This will end up being 2 blocks tall. We are going to slab up the floor, and we are going to slab up the ceiling right in this area. So this should be able to allow us to get in here to attack the mobs, and hopefully they won't be able to see us unless we get too close to the mob farm. So slabbing this up shouldn't take too long all the way around. And we'll start with the ceiling. We are going to run out of slabs. Of course we are. So just a little bit further, and then we're going to have to go make another little bit of a recipe. Not too many. Maybe 60 more, maybe a little bit more. We did make this 3 blocks tall in hopes that we can get endermen spawning in here, and we can come in and punch them with the emerald sword. I don't know how far they can teleport, but I do want to slab up this ceiling as well. I know they're 3 blocks tall, but they might be able to slip in here. I don't know. I just want to make sure if they teleport out into this main area that I can stop in the end of the tunnel and kill them if need be. Also, we can hide from any and all slimes that will be spawning throughout this process. So that's a stack, and then, yeah, why not? I'm sure we'll use slabs somewhere else at some point. There we go, almost done with the tunnel, and then we'll finish up the slabbing in the area. So as I was saying towards the end of the last clip, we're gonna have to run a voiceover. It's been a while since I've actually done that. So when I do my voice recordings, they save into a voice recordings folder, and to run them into my clips, I need to move them over to the music recordings. And when I do that, I can delete the folder out of the music folder, but if I delete it out of the voice folder, it's gone. And that's what I ended up doing, was accidentally deleting it from the audio recorder. And so those files and folders are gone. I tried to recover them. It didn't really work. There's a whole process that I could go through, but I figured it'd just be easier to do a voiceover. So we did collect a fair amount of cobblestone from that. We might look at building a little bit better mob farm later on, but this thing will work for now. Let's see. So I definitely need to do a little bit more sifting. We've got some iron, some gold, and things like that. We are collecting vines as well as these oak trees grow. They'll have vines on the side of them, and I will shear them off. That is so I can get a little bit of variation in stone, bricks, mossy cobblestone, things like that for building. So we're just going to sit. Hopefully this thing will spawn some mobs. And we'll collect as many mob drops as we can. Now, the rotten flesh should be really easy because of this pack spawning for zombies. The gunpowder and things like that will be just a tad different, as they will spawn in one at a time as they need to. So we've got the mob grinder kind of started. Let's see, get a full double chest of cobblestone, make 32 chests. That's kind of our next quests. Getting a full chest of wooden planks and crafting an ender hammer is kind of where we're at. And then the grass and the farm animals, and then it's time for the nether. So we've got a fair amount of work ahead of us. We'll go back into this area. And we're at Y140.00, and here we're at 00Y30. So we're directly above where we're working. That's pretty neat to know, or good to know. What am I looking at? Trying to remember. I've done a bunch of recording since all of this. It's been like a week. Week and a half almost. So let's look at the grass crafting recipe. It is 6 pieces of dirt and 3 lime dye. Okay. And that gets us 1 grass. So we need a stack of this. So I'm going to need 3 stacks of lime dye, which is going to be 3 stacks of cactus. No, it won't be. It'll be like a stack and a half of cactus, and then we need 6 stacks of dirt. Is that right? Because you need a cactus green and a bone meal will make 1 or 2 pieces of lime dye. So a stack and a half ought to get me, and then 6 stacks of dirt, and we have 4 stacks of cobblestone here. So we're going to need to dig out a little bit more cobblestone, and then hammer all of that down into dirt, which is going to be a grindy process. But we can get the grass, that can start getting us the farm animals, and then also we can bone meal that, get us a poppy, and then get some red dye. But what I want to do to finish out today's episode, I think, is get kind of my cactus going, and we can sit AFK while the cactus grows, and while we wait for some mobs to spawn in this thing, which nothing spawns, or nothing has spawned. Hopefully you guys can see. It's going to be pretty dark. It's dark for me with the recording, and it's going to be even darker on YouTube, which is unfortunate, but we may want to extend this out, dig out a little bit more around the mob farm itself, and then make the mob farm just a touch bigger in the future. Let's replant that. Perfect. So, let's see. We've got an infinite water source here. I think we want to make this room a little bit better. I don't like the square that we're in. So I think we're going to get a little bit of work done in this area and kind of round it off. I think it'd be nice to have kind of a circle in here. Obviously, we're not going to have a sphere. We're just going to have a round room all the way up to the ceiling. I don't know. We're going to have to figure something out after we break away. But I've got plans for all the different directions around the base. We have the mob farm, of course, in front of us. We'll have to do a passive mob farm in another direction. We'll have another portal set up, and then probably a tree farming area in the other direction. And I think that'll be what rounds out our little area. This will be our main room in which we do all of our crafting, and we hold all of our materials and things like that. So I just want to go through the book and read through the rest of these. We got 28 quests in total. Crafty End is the last one. 10 double chests of cobblestone. Oh my goodness, that's going to be a heck of a task. But now let me get some work done on the base, the room here, and we'll do some AFKing, and I'll bring you guys back in just a moment. Okay, so we're back in the base, and we've rounded this out like I was talking about. I think it's looking pretty good. Nothing special. We haven't done anything with the ceiling. I think I'm going to leave it alone as it is. Just kind of natural. It's what we spawned into. Maybe we'll do something, I don't know. But we are having mobs spawn in this. If you guys can't see it, that's unfortunate. And we got a few zombies in here. We got a creeper. We've got a skeleton. I think we've had a witch spawn in here once as well. So this is working fairly well as we work around the base. We just come in here and kill things, and we get smacked around quite a bit. And let me get this guy, and then we'll go around and get those bones. The rotten flesh, like I said, is easy to come by. The gunpowder and bones is going to take us a little bit of time to get to. So we'll come back out here. You guys can see I got a few more chests set up. So we are trying to organize ourselves just a little bit. We got some cactus growing. So here's what we've got for mob drop so far as I've dug this area out. Nothing special. The string itself was from the sifting of the sand that I've done. Not all of it's from the mob farm. We got a few bits of sand and gravel still in our inventory. We got a fair amount of cobblestone in our chest. So we're working towards the first double chest full of cobblestone. And then we got this little room dug out in the corner. So we're growing cactus over here just to get us going. We've got a chest set up here. And this is right on the outside of these two pillars, so we can get to the chest and close this room off. So I've made a couple of hoppers here, and we'll have those going into the back of the chest, and then this wall will cover up like that, and all you'll ever see is the chest itself. And we can fill this in. Now what I'm planning here is we're going to have a water stream, and we'll use cobblestone, not stone. We'll wrap this around like this. This center section will be where the cactus falls down to, and it'll hit a water stream and then go towards the chest. So we'll wall this all off. And we'll have to do some testing here, because I think this is just a tad bit too long to actually reach the hoppers. And I need a bucket of water. Where is my bucket? It's full of lava right now, so we will make a new one. Easy enough. And boom. We'll chop this tree down. We're growing spruce now instead of the oak, because I want to use spruce for the base. Let's grab ourselves a bucket of water, like so. We'll place this in right here. And we'll see how this all lines up with the hopper. It doesn't. It's one block behind. If we had some ice, this wouldn't be a problem. We could throw items in here and they would go for quite a bit. If I were to throw an item in at the moment, it's not going to make it to the hopper. It's going to stop on that last piece of cobblestone. We are going to fill in our chute and have our cactus farm right above our heads. So to have nothing fall out in weird ways, we built a little chute. Now I'm going to need to build one more hopper right here. And then the item should catch. So I need, I've got just enough. And then craft up a chest. Now we can make a hopper. Done and dusted. This should make our lives just a little bit easier. So the plan is to get this farm up and running. We'll run a little bit of a test real quick. I'll throw some saplings in here and make sure they get collected in the chest. We'll sit AFK until we have enough cactus. And then the rest, I guess, we could just start composting into bone meal. And that worked perfectly awesome. So I guess we can fill this all back in for the moment. And then the chute will be filled in. And now we need to go up a few blocks and figure out our cactus farm. So I broke away into my creative world and we kind of did a little test on how I want to build this. and what would work out perfectly for a few different water streams, and bring all the cactus to the center instead of to like the middle. And it's just the way water flows. In one of my old cactus farms that I did, the water kind of stopped in certain places, so we weren't collecting the cactus. And I definitely don't want that in this farm. We want as much as we can get. So this is basically what we're going to have. The level I'm standing on is where the water will go. And then we can put the sand down. Since it's a block affected by gravity, it can sit on top of the stone. And then we'll put up some stone walls for the cactus. So when it grows, it breaks off. It hits the water stream. It comes down here. And it gets collected nicely in our chest. Now, as you guys will see in the upcoming clip, I actually lost the clip where I placed the sand down. We are just going to build out a 9x9 room. We are going to have 16 cactus in total in this thing. So we got to dig this out, 4 blocks in each direction around this center and placing cactus. So as we dig this out, we will be paying attention. Like I said before, this will be all we see. Then we got a piece of cobblestone in here, but we will be paying attention to the cactus that is growing back here and collecting this stuff as we can. I need 16 pieces in total, so let me get to some AFKing, and I will be back to you guys shortly. Alright, so we had some technical difficulties. I was actually working on episode 3 of Stoneblock, and I accidentally deleted the last clip to episode 2. So what we missed out on was we were collecting cactus. We got the Cactus Farm built. And basically what I have is above these cobblestones, I have a piece of sand. So there's 4 in this row, there's 4 in this row. It's a 16 pieces of cactus here. And then I have a water source block in each corner. What happens is it pushes the cactus down here. We used to have the water collection system, and it would come over here and we would get cactus, so we wouldn't have to get in here. Now, I've kind of left this thing open, and as you can see, we've changed up what we're doing. We're now composting the cactus we get, and the reason for that is I got enough cactus. I just needed the bone meal to get all of the lime dye. So we were working on getting grass, which we have down there. We've got a room dug out. That I was working on that for episode 3. We had a ton of recording issues, so we're still collecting mob drops. As you can see, we had a villager captain show up, and so far we're doing pretty good. We've got 32 bones. We've got 43 gunpowder. We're past the rotten flesh cap. We are going to be using some of these bones for bone meal. We've got a ton of things. We've got a few ender pearls and stuff like that. Managed to get ourselves a couple of carrots and a potato so we can grow some farms in the future if need be. We're collecting a ton of slime balls. I went AFK sitting by this thing while collecting cactus, and I lit up the mob farm. And when I did that, I came back in and this thing was completely full of slimes. So anyway, that's what we've been working on, or what we were finishing up at the end of episode 2. And yeah, just my dumb luck. Anyway, that's where we're going to end it here. We'll talk about the other stuff you guys see around the base, the chests and things at the beginning of the next episode. Sorry about the oddball ending here, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, leave a like. Helps me out a lot. Leave a comment below. Let me know how you're enjoying Stoneblock. I'm loving it. And if you're new, consider subscribing, and I will see you on the next one.